My sister framed me for cheating. 7 years later, karma knocked on her door. I came home early that Friday, excited for the weekend with my fiancé. Instead, I walked into a scene straight out of a nightmare. My sister, Lacey, sobbing on the couch beside Austin, my fiancé, who looked like his world had just collapsed. Is it true? He asked, voice breaking. I blinked. Is what true? Lacey told me about you and that doctor. I froze. A doctor? The only doctor I worked with closely was Dr. Lillian Parker, a 58-year-old woman who ran my department at the hospital. What are you talking about? I asked, genuinely confused. Lacey's red-rimmed eyes darted toward me. I saw you last Tuesday when I brought you lunch. You were with him in your office. Then I found the texts when you left your phone unlocked. My blood ran cold. She hadn't brought me lunch in months, and I never left my phone unlocked. Privacy rules were strict at the hospital. Show me these texts, I demanded. I deleted them after taking screenshots, she whispered. I was just trying to protect you. But Austin deserves the truth. Austin's face fell further, and I felt my heart crack. Austin, she's lying, I pleaded. Call Dr. Parker right now. There is no male doctor. There is no affair. But he was already packing. I need time to think, he said quietly. Think about what? Her lies? Lacey placed a hand on his arm. It's okay to be angry. You have every right. I watched my sister comfort my fiancé over an affair that didn't exist. That's when I realized I had already lost. By morning, Austin was gone. A week later, our wedding was canceled. I sat alone, surrounded by half-written vows and unopened bridal magazines, trying to understand how my life had exploded in 24 hours. 2 weeks later, a friend called. Lacey and Austin had been seen having dinner together. They said they're supporting each other through this, she said carefully. When I told my parents, Mom sighed. Maybe there was a misunderstanding. Lacey wouldn't lie about something so serious. Dad only muttered, these things happen. Even my best friend looked uneasy. It just doesn't seem like something Lacey would do, she said. She's always looked up to you. Nobody believed me. My sister's tears were more convincing than my truth. 3 months later, Lacey and Austin announced they were dating. It just happened, they claimed. My parents were surprisingly supportive. The heart wants what it wants, Mom said. And just like that, I became the villain, the cheating ex whose sister and ex-fiancé found love after my supposed betrayal. I stopped going to family dinners. I couldn't stand seeing Lacey wear the life that was supposed to be mine. 6 months later, I packed my bags and moved to Chicago. 8 hours away, I started over. I barely spoke to my parents, except on holidays. I had one friend left who believed me. The first year was hell. I cried more than I thought possible, but therapy helped, little by little. 3 years later, I met Michael. He was a pediatric surgeon with kind eyes and a quiet strength I didn't know I needed. When I finally told him everything, bracing for disbelief, he simply took my hand and said, they didn't deserve you, and they definitely didn't break you. 2 years later, we married in a small private ceremony. Lacey and Austin weren't invited. She's still your sister, my mother insisted. No, I said firmly. She stopped being my sister the day she destroyed my life. By then, Lacey and Austin were engaged, to be married in the same venue I had originally booked. My parents attended their wedding. I didn't. Michael and I built a quiet, happy life. 2 kids, a house we love, a marriage built on trust, not deceit. I hadn't heard from Lacey in 7 years, until last Saturday. At 2 a.m., my doorbell rang. I opened the door to find Lacey, mascara streaked, drunk, barely standing. He cheated on me, she sobbed. Austin, with my best friend. For 6 months, I stared at her, feeling nothing but a hollow calm. I'm so sorry, she cried. I've been jealous of you my whole life. I thought if I took Austin, I'd finally win. I wanted to be special. The texts were fake. I made them in Photoshop. I'm sorry. 7 years I had waited to hear those words. You need to leave, I said quietly. Please, she begged. I know I don't deserve it, but I need my sister. You don't have a sister, I whispered. You destroyed her 7 years ago. Michael appeared behind me, assessed the scene, and called her an Uber. As the car drove away, my phone buzzed. Unknown number. Lacey told me everything. I'm so sorry. Please, can we talk? I never stopped loving you. Austin. I showed the message to Michael. He raised an eyebrow. What are you going to do? I blocked the number.